All right, Built on Green Tree, you've got another expert in the house, my senior analyst, Ryan Ragone. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. This guy he literally knows the defense inside and out and knows offenses too, because that's what all he's done is studied that side of the ball. And let's start on the side of the ball you played and the position you played. First drive of the game, Wesley Bissainte interception along the sideline, Miami Hurricanes bench, one-handed, makes a great play. So we all know that, right? We all saw that. You see it a little, not that you see it different, you understand why that happened.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, honestly, the first part of that, when the route breaks off with the running back, it's a bunch formation in there, okay? He knows who he has. He backs up. The other two people are pressed on, right? They have to get on different levels so they don't get picked, all right? That's part of the reason why they run tight bunches like that, to try and pick some people, get them off, create some separation. We run a stunt inside, right? And it flushes the quarterback out of the pocket. All right, he gets out of the pocket, and I think, me personally, the running back should have kept going inside. It was an option route. You see he steps there for a second. What threw it off was the pressure, and he sees him running outside, so the running back decides to break his route out instead of going inside, right?
Yep.
He broke right into Wesley, right into him perfectly. Wesley knows that he doesn't have much room to work with because they're already right there on the numbers when that happens. All Wesley does is put a hand right there on his back. He's not holding him, not pushing him, just puts his hand on him so he knows where he is, and his eyes are on the quarterback right there. Quarterback made the mistake of throwing that ball. He honestly, probably should have just threw it away. Interception, Canes.
Interception. Nice interception. I mean, that's a nice play. That's not an easy pick.
To tip it to yourself, perfect.
Perfect. All right, now let's stick on your side of the ball. Tyler Baird, right? Monster. Actually, 2 monster games.
Yep.
So I guess we could talk a little bit about what he's doing, but we also have to take into consideration, at least in this game, right? He's doing what he should do. He's an elite defensive end, and he is dominating competition. He should dominate.
Well, so everybody right now they're seeing Tyler Baron's stats, right? Which are his sacks, But what I wanted to talk about is something that I saw during the game that necessarily doesn't show up on the stat sheet, all right, so to speak in sack terms. It was second down right at the beginning of the game. I think it might have been their second drive. It's a pass play. He just completely takes that right tackle and throws him all the way into the quarterback to where the quarterback steps up, the nose tackle is right there, gets a sack. It doesn't show up for Tyler Barron. It shows up for his teammate. But you just see the impact he has on that defensive line. He literally he didn't do any special move because, look, I don't know if he knew. Look, we're playing FAMU. I don't have to do anything special right now. I could just go in and do what I can. Just let me speed to power this guy. And he pushed him right into the lap of the quarterback, which caused him to step up into the pocket. That D tackle's right there. Sack Canes. Great play by him.
Now you can shape. You are free to disagree with this novice, but watching Tyler Barron, the thing that I thought was impressive was he's got a power move like you just said, but on one of his other sacks, man, he got really low. I mean, he bends and gets. So what I saw from him was, and we talked about this on some of the other podcasts we've done. I saw him set the edge in the run game. I saw him the same move you just talked about in terms of having the power to overpower a tackle, and then his ability to bend and get. So he can, to me, in that game, he did it all.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. I mean, his power, obviously, his bend, it goes along with that. The lower you can go, the more power you can create. We talk about power cleaning when you're catching, you're able to get it up. That's one of our most important lifts that we do in the offseason. Coach Feld, that is one of his biggest things, right? I'm sure they did that a lot. And obviously, he's an older guy. He's been in college a lot. He knows how to create power. He's experienced. He knows how to bend, and it helped him. You could see that throughout the game.
Flipping it to actually, this will run right down the middle, right? Offense and defense, which is extended plays, which something Cam has certainly brought to the forefront in these first 2 games. But FAM's quarterback also had some ability to move outside the pocket a few times. But really, the story inside of that, I guess, is sometimes. And look, Cam made some ridiculous throws against Florida, made some really good throws against Fam. I guess you're always going to look at it through a defensive perspective, Ryan, which is, you expect me to cover that long? Like, yes. That's almost not fair to ask me to have to cover that long.
Exactly. So for us, it was a 2nd and long, right? When we're on defense, Canes are on defense, FAMU's on offense. We bring a corner pressure. Great call, but FAMU picks it up. They pick it up pretty good. Jaden Harris comes in at the end as the quarterback for FAMU is standing in the pocket. He sees it, bounces right out, extends the play. The plays keep going. That's 2 defensive players, DBs, that are now in the backfield, right? So you know they're manned up back there, and they're hoping and praying that somebody got there. And that's one thing that we talked about before in one of the first shows that we did as a defense coordinator. When you're calling something, sometimes, you know, those guys back there got to earn their money. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those plays where it's like, man, you got to hope that he gets there because I'm bringing pressure because those guys are on an island right now. And in extended play, they're now free. Yeah, the receivers are now free to go ahead and break off their routes and do stuff that the DBs aren't used to. You know, it's not the normal, all right, they're running a post curl or something. Now it's a post curl. He's coming back to the ball, and I'm playing on top of him, you know, stuff like that. This is one of those plays where it gets extended. We bring pressure. He's able to extend it. Play goes on too long. They set up their first point of the game. I think they got down to like the 15-yard line on that play. You know, but
they
again,
ended up kicking a field goal.
Yep, they ended up kicking a field goal. But that just shows you it doesn't matter who the defense is and who you're playing. Extended plays hurt everybody.
Yeah,
and we could go.
Now, when you got a guy like ours, though, that makes it even worse because he's dynamic.
Exactly. Actually, the very first play of the second quarter is the one that I wanted to bring up.
Sure.
Now, our extended play wasn't caused by pressure, right? They brought 4. FAMU brought 4, and we just, you know, stood our ground, stood them up. Our offensive line is stout, and that's something everybody's been talking about, right? How Cam Ward has a lot of time, and he's able to sit back there. That's another way of extending the play, making it harder on the defensive backs, right?
Yep.
Now, when FAMU was on offense, we brought pressure and made them extend the play in a different way, right? Now, ours, we're on offense. Offensive line's just doing their job, okay? They're able to extend that play. Cam Ward's just sitting back there. Now guys are like, okay, let me adjust my route, go ahead and do something else or extend it. And these defensive backs, again, they're not used to covering for that long, right? Cam Ward throws a beautiful pass. He actually gets out of the pocket and ends up getting hit. So people may have thought, oh, they had a pressure there. It wasn't pressure. He didn't have pressure. He got
is that the one he threw down the sideline?
Yes.
To Horton?
Exactly. Yep, right to Horton. He chose to get out of that pocket. The play's going on so long, he's able to run now and kind of direct the players where he wants to go. Because if you're sitting back there in the middle, receivers are taught, okay, to come back to the ball or, hey, now you're going to go this way. But if you're standing there in the middle, it makes them hard to decide exactly where they're going to go. Once he breaks it out, now they know, okay, I'm going to come back to the ball to the right, okay? Or, you know what, I'm short, now I'm going to go deep to the right instead of just, okay, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go. We're in the middle of the field. You know,
I think one thing that's become clear is that our receivers understand the quarterback they have and what he can do. Because when he does break the pocket, either way or forward, whichever way he's going to go, left, right, or even forward, if you watch the receivers, they know automatically their head's on a swivel and they're moving. They're moving to get to his face because they know they have an opportunity to make a play. Some guys are right. There's the kids will just wave their hand. Hey, I'm open. But our guys are on the move because they know that's an opportunity.
Because they know there's not a throw he can't make. That guy has shown that he can throw across his body.
Ropes.
Yeah, and put it on the money. Obviously, you saw the touchdown to Jacoby George, you know, in the Florida game.
Right.
I mean, beautiful pass. And then
What,
actually,
I don't think we taped last week. So just as a defensive guy, you just shaking your head.
oh, during that point, it's one of those like, man, look, I don't know much we could do about that. Hey, chalk it up to them. Like, hey, they're on scholarship too. They made a great play.
Yeah.
They made a great play right there. But actually, he made another off-platform throw, rolling out to his left, throws it across his body. It was actually a touchdown, but didn't count
In the FAM game.
in new game.
That was the holding penalty on Markel.
Exactly. This guy can make any throw he wants. It's honestly a blessing for these receivers to have.
I'm telling you, Ryan, I am not one to be in hyperbole when it comes to Hurricanes football. I almost am like a coach. Like, I will keep it right there. And obviously, the start to this season has been pretty blessed, right? It's on a trajectory that maybe we haven't had here in a little bit.
Well, you know what
But what I was going to say was, like, I'm all in on Cam. Like, I'm all in ways on Cam Ward that I haven't been in on a lot of players in a long time. Like, it's that special.
Yeah. Well, what I'll say is the Canes are doing what they're supposed to do. And we know we've been a part of teams and we've seen teams that not necessarily done what they needed to do against opponents like this. And it's not to knock FAMU at all.
No, it's just, that's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. We know it's Miami.
They're FCS. The game is expected to go a certain way. Exactly. That's not a surprise.
Exactly. And Tyler, like we talked about Tyler Barron being able to put the quarterback.
He should.
The quarterback, 100%. And if you look at one of his sacks during this game, do you know what he did? He literally got a sack, knocked the quarterback down through the tackle. He didn't even touch the quarterback. Didn't even touch him. And he was able to sack him because of that. I mean, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do right now. And I agree with you. I'm loving what I'm seeing. It's definitely different.
But I'm talking about that. I mean, it is different. But I'm talking about our quarterback he has the ability to do things that just I haven't seen. Hardly anybody.
When in terms of, extended plays and the ways he does,
Yeah, it's nice. Now that taking advantage of breakdowns, you're an FCS team, and then you botch a coverage. Cam Ward makes you pay. So does Xavier Restrepo.
100%. 100%. Like that. The play we're talking about is, the safety. It looked like they were supposed to.
Looks like they were supposed to switch, right? They were going to try and confuse.
The safety came down because it was a smart play by us. The running back flaring, and you're going to have a go, go by Restrepo. Beautiful play design. You got your eyes where the linebacker, his feet are planted, are flat, right? And the safety mismatched and took the running back. You did what you wanted. You confused the defense. You made them stay flat-footed, all right, on their heels. That's something that we always talk about on defense. You don't want to be on your heels. Don't want to be on your heels. Don't let them catch you on your heels. Because once you do that, they're gone beside you, behind you. There ain't nothing you can do about that. And that's exactly what they did. A beautiful play design by Coach
Dawson?
Yes, Coach Dawson. Beautiful play design. Ran it to perfection. Great job to Cam Ward. He looks off to his left before that play, goes to his right, saw the safety bit. Easy touchdown.
Easy money.
Pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch. What would you be telling if you were running the defensive room? You're saying what to your guys?
We can't let little things like that beat us. I'd rather, especially the best play, best offensive weapon they have on the team besides the quarterback, Xavier Restrepo. You got to cover him. I'd rather them throw a check down to the run.
It looked like to me the cornerback also just sat a set. Like the safety rolled, the cornerback didn't.
Well,
that's how it looked to me.
The cornerback had a receiver out to his right, so it was a doubles formation. The cornerback ended up trying to actually be the one to cover him. I believe so. I know there was a receiver out there. It was a doubles formation.
Right, so I thought they were switching. One switch, one didn't, and it was a bust.
It looks like the safety. I'm looking at it now. It looks like the safety bit more on the
running back.
He saw him go out, and it looked like they might have been running. No, there's no. I just don't see them running cover 3 right there because the safety stayed up. The middle safety I'm talking about, he stayed up. He didn't open his hips any which way. I honestly, they definitely mismatched there. They probably switched when they shouldn't have, and the linebacker didn't help at all, which I think he should have stayed on Restrepo at least to give some presence there, and then he could have broken off. But the safety in the corner, they definitely shouldn't have switched there. Definitely shouldn't have, if that was the case.
Correct. And regardless, they make a mistake, they pay.
Well, regardless, in something like that, you have 2 receivers pushing up the field. The number 1 receiver on the outside doesn't stop until 10 yards. So you shouldn't have bit that early. He bit before that. So stay on top of him. You see the best player in the field going down. You see your linebacker still on his heels. Just cover him. All right? I'd rather than throw a check down than throw a touchdown.
Yep. If you're the defensive guy.
100%.
Now, if you're Kane, take that touchdown all day long.
We'll go home, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go home. All right, Ryan, appreciate it. Made it quick. Thanks for the insight. Oh, you got something else? Did I miss something?
No. That was
we're
it.
good. All right, we got to go watch the Dolphins game.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk next week after Ball State.
All right.
See ya.